So, because I was always told that a woman's intuition is strong as fuck. You feel me? That, you know, they can sense it or see it or feel it or whatever. Right? So when you tell me that you didn't know this man was this way, you feel me? Because one thing I know, because I'm a man, that I know about other men, we don't really do a lot of pretending. You know, we're pretty straightforward, straight up and down with shit. And even shit that we don't say is said. You know what I mean? By little things that we do or little half truths that we may tell. But it's in there. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like women control the sex portion of it. So if you're a woman and you keep running into the same guys, you keep sleeping with the same guys, you keep getting pregnant by the same type of guys, then it's not those guys, it's you. It's something about those guys that you're attracted to, right? So when it comes to men abandoning their kids, I mean, sometimes, I watch a lot of, I see a lot, well, not a, yeah, I watch a lot of clips, and a lot of times, the woman that tells you that this is your child, you feel me? You see it on divorce court and, paternity court, and most of the time, it's not. You feel me? So, shit, mama's baby, daddy's baby, you feel me? Which is the truest shit ever. But anyway, but yeah, we the community, that's the reason I can't really just say it's because of broken households and families, even though numbers may say different, is because you know numbers say different, but I feel like it depends on the parent, you know, and right now a lot of parents, I mean, you're so a lot of parents are so busy they don't really have time for their kids. Even in multiple parent households, we have people that grow up with both of their parents and they still choose the streets or they still choose to do nothing in life. You know what I mean? They still choose. You know what I mean? Um, but I know that when it comes to kids, everything starts in the home, right? Kids mimic what they see in the home. You know what I mean? If your kids have a loving environment, they they tend to be better human beings, uh, better socially when it comes to dealing with people outside of the home, right? Um, More mature, more level-headed, um, more um, geared towards success, right? But I feel like that's on the parents. You can't just send your school out of send your send your child to school or send your child out in the world and expect that them to show your child a way. I feel like you have to do that. And I feel like in a lot of these single parent households, the parent just sometimes is so overwhelmed that they don't really have time to do that. And if you leave your child um, grooming or growth to school in the neighborhood and whatever TV shows and music and movies they watching, you're gonna have a terrible human. Your child is gonna be terrible because there's no good examples on TV, and the more in school is just indoctrinating is, I mean, man, the shit that they teaching in school is like pretty much nothing you're gonna really use in real life anymore. You know what I mean? So shit, wow. So, but yeah, um, I can see where it comes from, why people think that, but I always feel like even if you're not with your child's mom, um, kids, or whatever you have, you got one kid, two kids, whatever, the best thing you can do is remain in that child's life. two parents is always better than one. Because what I notice in every household, probably not every household, but a strong majority of them, that one parent is never really ready to be a parent, or is not really a parent. They're more like a friend to the kids. You feel me? Kids gonna have all kind of friends. I always feel like the worst thing you could do is try to be a friend to your child. You feel me? Your child need friends, bro. They gonna have a lot of friends throughout life. They don't need you to be one of them. You know what I mean? And when you have children, your priorities are supposed to change. But a lot of people, they stay the same. You know what I mean? They don't teach their kids nothing. They don't tell their kids nothing. They spend a lot of time trying to hide things from their kids. The best thing you can do with your child is be honest with them. You got to be honest about this life, about this world, about, you know, everything, and put some expectations on them. I expect you to do this. I expect you to be this type of person. I expect you to, you know what I mean? Shit. Or don't. And then let them go out here and be wild and stupid and shit. Then, even if you do that, then your expectation should be the cemetery or prison. Or homelessness. You feel me? Because shit, the way the world going, you feel me? If you don't have no plans, you ain't gonna have nothing. And if you don't have nothing going on, you're gonna be able to find yourself in a tough spot. You feel me? But yeah, man, this shit crazy, man.